Hey ho guys, and welcome to my very first episode of the Let's Talk series. Today I'm playing the Discipline Priest and we are in the Plaguefall dungeon of the Shadowlands. Before we start, I want to say something about my equipment. I'm at 215 now and I'm still playing with the Raid Legendary, even though I don't play with Ghost Shell in Mythic Dungeons. I don't have another legendary yet, so it's still better than nothing. As you can see here on the right side, this is a +14 key with the Fortified affixes, so stronger thresh mobs, not that strong bosses. And yeah, this is already the first pull right now. Actually, it's really good what the tank is doing here, especially for fortified weeks. It's just safer to play this giant alone. We have a lot of poison stuff here, these green pools on the ground, and you have a lot of movement to avoid taking damage from that. So it's just safer to play it like that, like to separate this giant from the other group over here. Of course, you can do some kind of big pull here. I have seen a lot of times, especially when you are in a coordinated group or some kind of Discord or TeamSpeak or whatsoever, like voice chat. Then you can play it like that, but this is a random group, so it's just safer to play it this way, because you have this fungus storm over here. This needs to be stunned. You have different casts over here. They need to be interrupted. So yeah, again, it's just safer, lower risk to separate these two packs. So what I'm doing here, I used a power infusion just to speed things up a bit. Of course, I could use power infusion for other people for higher DPS, but especially in random groups, I prefer just to keep it for myself, to push my healing, especially in like hard situations. Maybe a few words to the Discipline Priest overall. Discipline Priest is quite different from any other healer because of the mechanic. So the reason is the direct healing spells are you don't have that many direct spells actually, and the key is to heal via atonement through dealing damage. So as you can see here, again, first thing I always do is to apply Purge of the Wicked over here, then here, and I use Penance to spread it on the third mob. Make sure I apply Atonement, as you can see here on the left side of my interface, and then using my damage spells like Schism is a really strong cast, Penance as well, Powered Solace, and if there's nothing to do, then I just Smite. It costs almost no mana, and it's a really good heal. Furthermore, I am Venthyr, so I also have the Mind Games for a huge healing thing. So what is happening here? So actually, this is the first point I don't like of the tank right now, because this big pull is, I think, a little bit unnecessary. As you can see here, I'm just spamming Shadowman, and this kind of play is really bad. It feels horrible, and yeah, it's mana efficient. It burns your mana super fast, and yeah, it's so much easier just to separate this big group into two smaller groups. I mean, it is possible in this week because the affixes are Sanguine and Grievous, so it's not that hard. I mean, it's still hard, but not as hard as other affixes. For example, like Bursting or Bolstering or Necrotic, or even Explosive, where the whole area is plastered with bombs. So in this week, big pulls are possible, but still not that recommendable, especially in random, uncoordinated groups. So here we have our first manifestation of Pride, and yeah, the thing is here, you can see it here and here as well. This is a buff, which starts from 1 up to 20 sticks, and yeah, at the beginning, this damage he deals for the entire group is quite low, but as higher this stack is getting, the higher the damage output of this manifestation is. So yeah, just make sure you apply your atonement, especially via Power Word Radiance, and yeah, cast your damage spells for the healing. So now we have the Pride buff, and actually, especially in Fortified weeks, we could pull the boss already and just pull this mob to the boss, and then this mob is dying inside of the cleave damage. Yeah, because it's a kind of waste right now. So the Pride buff is running, and we are still fighting against the small one. The better version would be to pull the boss, use this Pride buff properly. But anyway, we use Bloodlust here, and as you can see here on the right side, this is a details area for damage done. The damage actually is quite high at the moment. We have an enhancement Shami, which has a really strong burst. The Feral Druid, so both melees with, yeah, probably this was a Convoke of the Spirit, I think. So quite big burst, and a Rogue furthermore. So yeah, with the tank we have 4 melees in the group. Yeah, good enough DPS actually. So we routed the big one, ignored, like not ignored, but stunned and knockbacked and all these kind of stuff to the small ones, so they can't reach the boss. We didn't deal any damage on them. Okay, so here comes the trash mobs again, and yeah, actually I think here should be a big pull because of the canisters. Okay, now he's going to the left side. Very good. Yeah, here the big pull is possible because we have some kind of helping here. You can see these canisters, and these canisters, as soon as they are reaching 0%, they explode in a few seconds. And this explosion is very strong. It applies a dot on nearby monsters and players as well. And yeah, the goal is to infect monsters with this explosion, with this dot. And yeah, to just speed the things up a little. Okay, here was some kind of confusion. Everybody thought we go to the right side, then we came back to the left side actually to fight this Plague Rock. This Plague Rock has some HP, so it takes a while to kill him, but he's not very dangerous. Just make sure you stay behind him so you don't get hit by the cleave. Yeah, the healing thing is still the same, so I have Atonement via Power Word Shield here on the tank, and I'm still using my damage spells to heal. Same here again. There was a really nice situation to see this with the penance again. So there were 3 mobs. I applied Purge of the Wicked on 2 of them, and for the third one I just used penance, so he got the Purge of the Wicked as well, because this spreads automatically. You can see it again, I think. 1, 2, and then penance. So the third one has this as well. Okay, what's happening here? Everybody is dropping right now. I think there was some kind of mistake, I think. Maybe let it go a little bit backwards. Okay, I know already. So we have the canister over here, and the thing is, the explosion is coming and they are standing too close, so everybody is getting this dot. And as you can see here in the damage taken area of the detailed Yeah, everybody's getting high DPS actually. So because I was far behind, like I outranged the explosion, I got actually 0 damage, no damage at all. And yeah, the other guys stand inside of the explosion and they take over 3k. Now here, over 3k DPS, and it's actually too much. So yeah, it's not the healer thing. You can't heal all that damage. It's yeah, necessary, of course, for all the DPS players not to stay in the explosion to avoid this kind of damage. Yeah, so the guy got resurrection, so we can keep going. Actually, we are at 39% now, so just 1% left to the 40% threshold to let the next manifestation of Pride spawn. So we just pull these 2 monsters here. One of them is a slime, and the slime has this buff to reduce the damage everybody is taken nearby. I think it's about 75% or something. So always make sure you kill the slime first, and after that everything else. Okay, as I said, here comes the manifestation of Pride. Same thing again. Apply the atonement buffs, purchase the wicked as well, and deal your damage. If necessary, use your mind games to top them. And maybe one mechanic I didn't mention before is this red circle, or these red beams, let's call it beams. So yeah, it's a 90-degree angle, so when you have it, just stay still, and when somebody else have it, then yeah, just move so you don't get hit, to avoid the damage, of course. So now we have a pride buff again, and we do some kind of big pull here. So we have these 2 blobs, and here we have the tentacle. We pull both together so we can fight with the pride buff quite fast. In this area, actually, we have a lot of explosions of like canisters. We have canister here, and even these suicide bombers, they carry some kind of canister on their bag as a backpack, so they can explode as well. Here comes some more here, and yeah, especially as melee class, stay away from them. As healer, just get some range, so there's no danger that you are too near or something to get the damage. Okay, this pull is actually quite new. I haven't seen it before. Well, the thing is, I have seen it, but this was more like an accident by some DPS players. But this pull right here is definitely on purpose. Well, I don't know why. Actually, I think we don't need the percentage of this tentacle. But anyway. Okay, so we have a dead player right now, and he's disconnected, so offline. I don't know what happened here. I actually tried to resurrect him, but of course you can't resurrect offline players. So we keep on going. We have another explosion here, so make sure you don't get hit again. Here's some trouble with the tank because I lost him a bit. He was out of range to heal him. So here another explosion. Yeah, but now I think we are fine again. Everybody is in range, so we can heal them up. Okay, so here's a area of the second boss, and yeah, we start on the left side. We still have these 2 guys here, and yeah, the idea is to pull these monsters here together, that they got hit by the explosion. Actually, it didn't work well. The explosion was too early, so they don't get hit by the explosion. Anyway, they're not that strong. Just interrupt their casts, stun them, disorientate them. Just use your abilities, and then they are not so dangerous. As healing, yeah, again, make sure your atonement is applied on everybody who get damage, especially the tank. Of course, other player as well if they get damage like this now, and yeah, bring them up again. So another thing here is as soon as one pack is completely down, the boss is activated. So he is talking right here, and he is here somewhere on the left side, and he is trying to catch you. So he's jumping from each platform to another. And yeah, when you want to fight the other packs, just make sure you pull the pack to the side, to the edge of a platform, so you don't engage the boss. If you do so, it's probably a wipe, because you can't handle all that. Okay, so the rogue is still offline, so at the moment we are just 4 people fighting against these monsters. That's why it takes a little bit longer right now, but as I mentioned before, these mobs are not that strong. A few words to these red circles on the ground. These are from the Sanguine affixes right here. As soon as one monster is dead, he gives this, or he creates this red pool on the ground. This is a Sanguine pool, and as a player, when you stand inside of that, this is just tremendous damage you're getting from these pools, and as long as other monsters are standing in these pools, they get healed. So always make sure you don't stand inside of them and like pull the monsters outside, or use knockback effects or something like that. So what's happening here? Bam. Okay, I'm dead. Let's go a little bit backward just to see what happened. The thing is, yeah, actually there was a cast which roots me. So yeah, I should have dispelled myself. I didn't. Because when I'm rooted, I cannot move, and then I can't avoid these earth thing here, and out of this earth thing comes these spikes, and these spikes, especially in Fortified weeks, are just one-shots, so I can't survive that, of course. So, but I think I get a CR here, a Combat Resurrection, so we can keep on fighting, but actually it doesn't look that well for us. The thing is, we have these Bone Breakers still alive, because he was staying in the Sanguine pool, so he got healed up, and we have the Manifestation of Pride because of the 60% threshold. So that means we have 2 big guys, and this is actually too much damage, and as you can see here, he's stacking up already. He's 13, 14, and still over like 2/3 of his HP, so still too much. We need to avoid this ground thing, we need to avoid these beams, and yeah, it's heavy damage. And furthermore, we have these slimes right now, and it got hit by the tank. Okay, yeah, everything went wrong. What can go wrong actually? So I turn a little bit backwards again to show it what I mean. So here the Manifestation of Pride already has his 20 stacks, and the Bone Breaker, when he's dead, he spawns these slimes on the ground. You need to walk through, or like to walk over these slimes to kill them, and with the explosion of walking over them, you get a lot of damage, and because the Pride buff is already so high, it's a lot of group damage at the same time, so you're already at lower HP by yourself, and then you cannot walk through these, but the people do. And yeah, here the tank tries this maybe with cooldown or something as well, but then he has this beam and he shoots me, and then yeah, it's just over, so everybody is dead actually, and yeah, it's a wipe. The tank should just turn around, so he got knocked in the back to reset this Manifestation of Pride, but actually he didn't. Yeah, anyway. So, but the good sign here is the rogue is actually online again. This is really a good thing. So we are back here on the manifestation. The good thing here is the stakes are resetted, but the HP are not reset. So he was still on, what was it, 35-40% HP, so it's quite fast to kill him right now. And yeah, he is down, we got the pride buff, and we engage the boss. And actually, here's another mistake we are doing, because we are in the fortified week, so the bosses are not that strong, they don't have that much HP, and as you can see here, the boss is just melting. So usually it's a good thing when the boss HP is just melting, but not in this fight, because the boss is jumping for phase 2 on another platform, and as soon as he does that, he throws his chemical stuff to create these bombs. And these bombs, of course, they are lethal. You need to kill them. This is definitely the main target right now. And because the boss is already at a very low HP, there is no really phase 2. He's already jumping to another platform, so he's already at phase 3, but we are still fighting against the bomb. Okay, at this point, the damage is good enough, so the bomb is dead, or is like destroyed. But yeah, just a little bit like less DPS, and then it's not doable anymore, because we have a bomb in the second platform and the bomb here, the new one, on the third platform. And yeah, of course you can't kill everything, it's just out of range, and yeah, this was definitely a wipe. And furthermore, there was no really phase 3 again. He jumped to phase 4 already. So yeah, another really bad thing is that every time he jumps from platform to platform, we got a new slime. And as you remember, probably this slime has a buff, which gives nearby monsters a 75% damage reduction. So yeah, more or less, this slime buffs this slime, this slime buffs this slime, and when the boss stands inside of these slimes, then the boss get buffed as well. So everything is more or less immune to damage, so we can't kill anything anymore. And yeah, this is actually a wipe again, but this was actually played really, really well. And this is rare, actually. This is rare for random groups and like uncoordinated groups. This was really nice, actually. Here was a knockback. Here's a rooting thing. I think in a few seconds. Yeah, here is a totem from the shaman to stun the blobs. So they CC all the slimes, so we can fight against the doctor. And yeah, this is just nice. But as I say, don't expect that from random players. In this case, this was really nice played, really, really well played. But yeah, I think in like 80% of all fights, it's just a wipe. So yeah, but now boss is down, we go ahead, and here actually is another good thing, because usually we have this slime here and the tentacle over here, and usually you pull these both monsters together. But this time, because of the Sanguine affix, we just pull the slime over here, fight him, so the Sanguine pool is here and not underneath the tentacle, because if the Sanguine pool is underneath the tentacle, it's hard to kill the tentacle, because he got healed all the time by the Sanguine pool. So this was just nice. And yeah, of course, a better way to play that. And next good thing. Okay, I recommend that as well, to walk outside of this area, especially in fortified weeks, because I've seen a lot of times that people run just here to the middle platform, and probably in a few seconds you have a better view for that. Or probably not, maybe. You just can imagine probably. Here's a huge giant, and we have 2 defenders, we have 2 hunters and a few slimes. So this is a quite huge pack, and yeah, especially in Fortified weeks, it's just too heavy, it's too risky. It's just nicer to walk around. Here you can see this platform with the monsters. Yeah, it's just nicer, it's safer, it's yeah, lower risk to just walk outside and destroy these mobs over here. It's a little bit longer actually, maybe like 30, 40, or let's say even 60 seconds. So yeah, we will be a little bit slower. Of course, again, when you have a coordinated group and you are looking for like world records or something like MDIs or something like that, then of course go through the middle, save the time. But in random groups, I really recommend just go outside and play it, yeah, smooth and safer. Okay, so this is the area of the 3rd boss actually, and yeah, here the most important thing is this cast over here. So he creates this stealth links, so when you can't kill them fast enough, you got hit by them, and yeah, especially as disciplined priest, foresee all that, like anticipation, so you shield them so they don't get that much damage from these guys, and yeah, then it's fine. So here we have the defender, and as you could see before, the defender has a very special cast. It's called a Bulwark of Maldraxxus, and this Bulwark gives a 90% damage reduction for everything what's standing underneath this circle. And yeah, here's a cast again, so you can see here this green circle, so everything underneath got 90% less damage. So the thing here is you need to stun. It's not kickable and like interruptible. You need to stun them or to CC them, and actually as a priest you can use your shackle, because this guy is an undead monster. So you can use your shackle the undead to make sure he stops his cast. Of course, the shackle itself is not working because he's getting damage. So yeah, the shackle itself is breaking as soon as it applies, but the shackle itself is not important. It's just important to interrupt it, and then it's just fine. Yeah, here was a knockback to bring every stealthling out of this Sanguine pool. Quite nice as well. Yeah, heal them up again. Atonement is applied, use the damage spells, and so on. So here we have another pack with a defender. Yeah, same thing. I apply my dots, using pendants to spread again, use my powered radiance to apply atonement, schism and penance to bring them up again, and as soon as he casts his bulwark again, I will shackle to interrupt. Yeah, here it comes. Shackle is coming, interrupted, all fine. Yeah, it's just super nice with this ability to support your group, to handle these defenders. Yeah, so we reached the 80% threshold already, so the next manifestation of Pride is spawned. And again, same thing, apply your Purchase a Wicked, apply your atonements right here with Power Red Radiance. I even used my Shadow Fiend cooldown to bring them up, as well as I got low mana. Shadow Fiend gives me some mana back, and yeah, it's all fine. So we got a Pride buff and we engage the boss. As I mentioned before, I really recommend to have Bloodlust here, just to keep this fight a little bit less long. And yeah, unfortunately we don't have it here because of the second boss. So what is happening here? Well, I'm dead again, I think. Yeah, I am dead again. So the thing is here, I move a little bit backwards. So let me explain the mechanic first. So the important thing here is that you stay very close to the boss, because if not, you will get spiderwebbed and then you can't fight anymore. But every few seconds, one person, in this case the feral druid, has a mark like this here blue-violet circle around him, and after a few seconds he got hit with some kind of some amount of damage and stunned for I think 3, 4 or even 5 seconds. So just make sure when you are the person with the violet circle that you are outside the group so you don't get hit anybody else. And in this case, so we avoid the circle, but the feral druid is coming, especially here at the end. Everybody thought he's safe, but then one step again, and then I got hit by him. So this was not nice played by the feral druid. I'm dead, but we have still enough combat resurrections, so everything is fine. I got resurrected, and we can keep going. Of course, I need some kind of cooldowns here. I'll use Rupture to do so. Yeah, and bring the people up. It's a little bit messy right now, but yeah. Breathe, keep calm, bring the people up again. Powered Radiance to apply Atonement on everybody. Use the damage spells, especially Schism, Mind Games. And yeah, here's a good example, because now I am the one who got the violet circle around me. So what I do now is I just stay outside the group. So the group is here at the boss, I stay outside. So I will get the hit and the stun, but everybody else is just safe. So here's the group, here's the edge of the circle, here's the effect, and yeah, that's it. So everybody is safe. Yeah, bring me up again. Just one Shadowman is usually enough. And that's it. So, last 2%, and down he is. Yeah, by the way, 2%. We still need 2% before we go downstairs to the end boss. Yeah, this was some kind of weak aura actually. It's really nice. And yeah, we decide to do this 2% with this defender and the tentacle. Tentacle again, use a shackle to break the bulwark. I even used my knockback here, so as soon as the defender dies, his sanguine pool is not underneath the tentacle, so the tentacle can't get healed up. Yeah, now we have 85%. This is just enough to go downstairs to kill the end boss. Yeah, we have 2 more mobs over here, but they are actually super weak. Yeah, just walk through. The amount of damage is not that high. And what we're doing here is, first we skip this pack here with the Ichor, and we pull this one first. Yeah, but actually these monsters are super weak. These kind of zombies actually, just avoid their melee hits. The melee hits are super strong. If you got hit by them, especially as priest, you will definitely get one-shotted. Yeah, but it's usually not the case. So yeah, just do what you want to do. Actually, just apply your Patches of Wicked. It's really not that important what you're doing here. As I said, so this part of the dungeon is not that difficult. Yeah, same here with the Ichor right now. Last pack. Yeah, now we have some kind of big pool here because of all these dead zombies. So this guy is healed up, this guy is healed up. But anyway, we still have a lot of time. So we have over 7.5 minutes left to finish this dungeon in time. So everything is fine. We're already in the room of the end boss. So yeah, all good. It's just this mob, then the manifestation, and the end boss, him or herself. And yeah, down he is as well. Manifestation of Pride is coming. Again, apply your Purchase of Wicked. Avoid the beams. Don't get hit by them. Apply your atonement buffs on the group. And heal with your damage spells. So we have, yeah, as I said, Mind Blast, Power Word Solace, Penance, Smite, Schism, and even if necessary, use your mind games when you are Renthium. Okay, so end boss time. Actually, this end boss is, in my opinion, one of the hardest bosses in the dungeons of the whole Shadowlands add-on right now, especially in in Tyrannical weeks, because a lot of things coming at the same time. Yeah, just make sure you don't get hit by the zombies again, which are over here. Just make sure you don't get hit by the tentacles, which are coming over here. And yeah, maybe some few words about the tentacles. Usually I try to walk as efficient as possible, so especially as a caster, just move yeah, always a bit, just to position yourself. But yeah, in this fight I made it into a habit that I always walk a little bit farther than I actually think I need to, because this tentacle stuff here, so usually when you have some kind of these things, it's programmed like a cake, and each tentacle has got his own area where it hits. But in this case, in this end boss here, you have a lot of overlapping areas. So when you are exactly on the edge of this slam of one tentacle, you are definitely inside of the other one, because yeah, the overlapping is just too huge. That means always walk a little bit farther than you actually think you need to, and then you are just safe. Another thing is here, the Infectious Rain. Just make sure you have at least one cooldown free for every Infectious Rain to bring the people up. This time I use Power Infusion to heal them, because yeah, the damage is quite strong. It's a strong dot actually, which deals tremendous damage. And yeah, as you can see, the numbers are flying, the green ones, just to bring them up. And yeah, that's it. Boss is down. It's a +1. We did it in time. And yeah, maybe a few words to the details area here. The damage was okay, I think. Could be better, but could be worse as well. The Druid and the Shaman did 4.5k DPS. The Rogue just 3.3k DPS, but as you remember, he got disconnected in between, so of course his numbers are a little bit lower. Yeah, here we have huge self-heal from the Druid tank. This is just typical. My heal was 2.k HPS overall. Is not that much, but actually there was not that much to heal. And yeah, all fails, like all deaths, were just individual fails. So yeah, this is not the healer thing. And yeah, that was a dungeon. I hope you liked the video, and if you do so, please give it a thumbs up, or maybe some constructive criticism in the comment section below. And yeah, that's it for the dungeon, and see you in the next video.